Our last mentor text is Trevor Noah's Born a Crime, and we're going to be looking at two short excerpts. Sometimes in big Hollywood movies, they have these crazy chase scenes where somebody jumps or gets thrown from a moving car. The person hits the ground and rolls for a bit. Then they come to a stop, pop up, and dust themselves off, like it was no big deal. Whenever I see that, I think, that's rubbish. Getting thrown out of a moving car hurts way worse than that. I was 9 years old when my mother threw me out of a moving car. It happened on a Sunday. I didn't hear a word of what she was saying because by that point I completely nodded off. When we came to the next traffic light, the driver eased off the gas a bit to look around and check the road. My mother reached over, pulled the sliding door open, grabbed me, and threw me out as far as she could. Then she took Andrew, curled herself in a ball around him, and leaped out behind me. It felt like a dream until the pain hit. Bam! I smacked hard on the pavement. My mother landed right beside me, and we tumbled and rolled and rolled. I was wide awake now. I went from half asleep to what the hell? Eventually, I came to a stop and pulled myself up, completely disoriented. I looked around and saw my mother already on her feet. She turned and looked at me and screamed, "Run!" So I ran, and she ran, and nobody ran like me and my mom. It's weird to explain, but I just knew what to do. It was animal instinct learned in a world where violence was always lurking and waiting to erupt. In the townships, when the police came swooping in with their riot gear and armored cars and helicopters, I knew. Run for cover. Run and hide. I knew that as a 5-year-old. Had I lived a different life, getting thrown out of a speeding minibus might have fazed me. I'd have stood there like an idiot going, "What's happening, Mom? Why are my legs so sore?" But there was none of that. Mom said run, and I ran. Like the gazelle runs from the lion, I ran. His memoir is about growing up and the racism and injustices and things that he faced, but how he overcomes those, and also how he didn't even see some of those things growing up, as far as he just thought that's how everyone's life was. But we're going to be trying this out, what he does here at the beginning, which is to take a misconception and then have your spin on it. So something that people perceive to be one particular way, but it isn't actually like that. And the example I always give with this is we had a foreign exchange student a few years ago who thought that high school in America was going to be like High School Musical or Riverdale or something like that, where they have the cheerleaders and they all wear their cheerleader uniforms every day and everyone has a lettered jacket, and it's just, I don't know, a lot different than it is in reality. So grab your paper and we'll check that out.